Kieran Jones, and on this segment of Find My Car, we will be helping Joe Steve. Joe, what do you look for in a car?
Well, I live in Snellgrove, Ontario, which is in the suburbs, and I need a car to get me from my house to my workplace, as well as for recreational purposes on the weekends and in the evenings, because I'm a party animal.
Where do you live?
With my parents, but I need to find a chick so I can move out of my parents' house. The problem is, I need to find a car that's both environmentally friendly and looks really cool. Plus, it has to be capable of my typical driving, which is around maybe, I'd say 200 kilometers a month.
I see. So first, let's look at the 2005 Mazda 6. I'm here with Preet Jones, Mazda 6 specialist. So what can you tell us about this car?
While this particular model has between 26 and 31 miles per gallon, and it runs on gasoline. Joe Steve has gasoline stations very close to him. In fact, he has two Petro-Canada stations right at kitty corner from each other.
And what are the environmental impacts?
Well, it is a gas car, which means it does contribute to CO2 emissions. But there are a lot of advantages to the car too. There are a lot of great electronics to the car. One of the best things is that due to these electronics, it allows me to see the road much clearer. I can move my seat forward, backwards, up and down, so that I have a clear view of the roads, sidewalks, children, pedestrians, cars, and of course school buses. There is a headrest in the back so that if there is a collision, my head can bounce back on it and safely keep me from injuring my neck.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of the 2005 Mazda 6?
My car is a sport model, and which means it's a little bit lower to the ground. It has flanges on the bottom, and it also has a spoiler, so that keeps me a little bit lower to the ground, and I can go around corners a little bit easier and not kind of fly away. You know, like when it's very windy outside, sometimes you get lift on the cars. With my car, because we have the sport model, it stays low to the ground and keeps you so you don't feel like you're flying away. I feel very safe in the car. I feel very protected. I know that it hugs the road very well. I can feel the way the car moves on the street. When I'm on the highway, I can feel the way it's going to handle the curves. And when I move from lane to lane, it moves very smoothly. And if I need to brake on very quickly, it has an ABS system that allows me to brake quickly, and it slows the car down. The car is great. I've loved it. I've had it for a few years now, and I would recommend it to anybody.
Thank you for your participation. Next, we will go to Mr. Andy Jones, a specialist on the hybrid 2013 Ford Fusion. Hello, Mr. Jones. What can you tell us about the mileage on this car?
It gets around 47 miles to the gallon.
What is its fuel source?
It has a lithium-ion battery pack with a 118 horsepower electric motor.
What are the environmental and health impacts of the 2013 Ford Fusion?
Well, it reduces petroleum use and therefore CO2 emissions. It also has active noise cancellation.
Could you tell us some of the advantages and disadvantages of this vehicle?
It's environmentally friendly because you can plug it in to recharge the battery. Also, it's a top safety pick. However, the visibility, not great. I personally think they could have done a better job of that, but overall I like the car.
Thank you, Mr. Jones, for your participation.
You're welcome.
Lastly, we are going to be looking at the 2012 Volkswagen Jetta Sportswagen. I'm here with a random stranger we found on the street who just so happens to drive the 2012 Volkswagen Jetta Sportswagen. What can you tell us about this car?
It is a biodiesel car. It uses 2.9 gallons per 100 miles. Also, it has a 60 amp per hour battery. The negative thing about this car is that the battery assembly as well as recycling of the battery are very harmful to the environment.
Are there any advantages to this car?
Yes, it has super TDI fuel economy as well as a very high quality interior, plus excellent handling.
Are there any disadvantages to this car?
Well, it does not have four-wheel drive. Also, the navigation is very complicated in comparison to some other units. In addition, the 5 cylinders are not smooth.
Thank you. Now back to the newsroom where we will make the final decision as to which car is best for Mr. Joe Steve after a message from our sponsor.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer mugs in a store somewhere near you.
Well, Mr. Steve, we have determined that the Ford Fusion is the best vehicle for you to choose. The mileage is excellent and it has a low CO2 emission. Plus, I'm sure you'll be happy with its sporty look.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna go buy one right now.